Hey, what's up, man? This is Lucifer here, business and spiritual consultant. As always, if you're wondering what Lucifer is doing on Earth, let me tell you. He's talking about everything that the Earth is made of, which is what business and spirituality. Where is my lip seal, man? I don't know where I put it. Anyway, so last video was talking about niggas. We want to talk about some niggas again, right? Why is it important for me to talk about niggas? Because niggas are in the way of spiritual enlightenment. Alright? Niggas are in the way of spiritual enlightenment. Niggas are in the way of spiritual enlightenment for black folks. They're not in the way of spiritual enlightenment for white people because white people have everything. So they have access to all the information all the time, whatever. So no one cares. Alright? The white people are going to be fine. Right? Black folks, on the other hand, that's a different subject. You know what I mean? Like, niggas are getting in the way of spiritual enlightenment because of their niggerdom. You know what I mean? They stupid as shit. They do stupid shit. They do atrocious shit, like shit that nobody needs to have around. You know what I mean? Like, And I'm not talking about smoking weed, drinking gin and juice. As a matter of fact, niggas, black folks used to smoke weed outside. They used to go to the park or sit in front of their front porch, smoke a joint, and chill. The black folks used to drink a 40 in the park or in front of the fucking, apartment building and shit and chill. They would drink, they would freestyle. That was black folks. But when the niggas came to town, not the nagas, the niggas, when the niggas started coming up in here, all that shit stopped. What do you think you don't see no black folks outside smoking joints and shit and, drinking and shit like that? Because they don't want to get shot or they don't want to get stabbed by niggas, And now niggas are they're kind of like agents, right? They're kind of like CIA, FBI agents, right? Like, they look like black people. They do the same thing that black people do, but they're niggas. You see, the thing is, but it's not funny because a nigga will do the most horrendous shit you can think of. Like, a nigga will smoke and drink. A nigga will crack jokes. A nigga will freestyle, with his friends. A nigga will do exactly the same thing that black people. But the difference is a nigga will stab somebody after he's done drinking. A nigga will beat somebody up, for no reason after he's done smoking. A nigga will shoot up the club. A nigga will walk into a fucking party, an open house party where everybody's chilling. There's girls with fat asses every motherfucking where every inch of the house is full of women with big fat asses, and niggas will walk in there and ruin the shit for everybody. That is a nigga. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is, man. I'm tired of niggas. I can't stand niggas anymore, bro. Like, I'm tired of that shit, bro. Like, it has to stop. Niggas need to go. Niggas needs to go. We need to do something about niggas. We need to do something about niggas. Not for real, though. Like, Because the thing is, there are some black people that are willing to learn. There are some black people that want to have a nice life. There are some black people that appreciate their lives, that they don't feel like dying. They don't have a death wish. They want to appreciate their money. They want to be able to buy nice things, and there's no niggas that's going to come around and scratch their car, steal their shit, vandalize their territory. There's a lot of motherfuckers that would love that shit. You know what I mean? But the thing is, the only problem is they live around niggas. So they don't buy that shit. They don't buy themselves nice things. They don't try to refurbish the home because they know some nigga's gonna come around and fuck that shit up for him, man. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna walk all over the lawn, you know what I mean? They're gonna piss, they're gonna take the dog, and the dog is gonna piss on the fucking front lawn. It's gonna turn the fucking grass yellow and all kind of shit. You know what I mean? No pun intended, no offense meant. You know what I mean? So niggas need to go. Niggas are in the way of spiritual enlightenment, bro. Like, they are in the way of spiritual enlightenment. And the thing is, a lot of people think spiritual enlightenment is shit for weak ass niggas. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people feel like, you know, spiritual enlightenment is something for, you know, like goody two shoes or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck these niggas be thinking. But a lot of people feel like spiritual enlightenment is something that is specifically for a specific set of people. No, spiritual enlightenment is for everybody. Everybody is supposed to reach spiritual enlightenment at some time and point, at a certain age. At a certain age, you are supposed to, and I did say supposed to, you are supposed to reach spiritual enlightenment at a certain age. You know what I mean? So it's not a, you know, getting naked in front of a mirror kind of shit, burning incense all day. Nah, it's for everybody. You know what I mean? Spirituality is for everybody. Period. You know what I mean? And a lot of and some black folks, they're interested in that shit, bro. They're interested in that shit. There's a lot of black people. Man, do you know how many black folks that are on my channel? It is ridiculous. There are a lot of fucking black people on my channel, bro. A lot. And I talk about white shit all the time. Most of the time, the content, the shit that comes out of my mouth is basically theoretical physics. All right, so you ain't gonna tell me that black people are not interested in that shit like that, because I have a lot of black people. I had a lot of black people, especially like, well, okay, there's certain subjects that will attract black people. I will admit that, you know, especially when we're talking about like love magic, right? Everybody's stuck on love magic and shit like that. You don't need love magic, man. You don't need no motherfucking love magic. What you need in your motherfucking life is Lucifer, and that's all you motherfucking need. You don't need no motherfucking love magic, motherfucker. I mean, like, if you like women or you like dudes, you get on point. You get your fucking, you fucking go see Lucifer and you be like, you tell him, I am sorry, sir, for disrespecting you and shit. You know, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Motherfuckers sat there and lied to me since I was 8 years old. Since I was 4 years old, I was forced into religion. I pardon my sins, Lucifer. Listen to my confession, Lucifer, and pardon my sins, and you gonna have all the dicks and tits that you want. Alright? You don't need no motherfucking love magic, bruh. And that's the thing too. Like, being like, hold up, look, listen, people. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something, man. A lot of people don't like ladies' mans, right? You know, like Casanovas, right? Casanovas are spiritual ass niggas. Casanovas are spiritual ass motherfuckers. There's two types of Casanova. There's the Casanova that actually respects women, and then there's the Casanova that don't give a shit about women. The Casanova that do respects women, I guarantee you that nigga's more spiritual than you fucking think. And if you had ever given him a chance to talk, you would have found that out. But most people see most dudes and most girls see a Casanova, and they're like, oh, man, you know what I mean? That nigga's always, you know what I mean? He always tripping, you know what I mean? He's always, you know, he's just, you know, hunting and shit, you know what I mean? He's always after the catch and shit. No, man. It's part of his aura. It's part of his aura. It's part of his vibe. It's part of he's just like that. I wish I was more of a Casanova, because I understand now that it's a vibe. It's a dimension. We just call it Casanova based because we don't know how to explain it correctly. We don't know the ins and outs of what a man like that actually is. And then you see the Casanova, he just has a pretty face, and the girl look at like he has this pheromone. He lets off this pheromone that attract women, and he has a pretty face. But at the end of the day, he be slapping the shit out of them, you know what I mean, and treating them like trash, pissing all over them and shit like that, and treating them like trash. That's a fucked up ass nigga, you know what I mean? And that's a nigga right there. You know, the other kind of Casanova, that's a black man. You know what I mean? But the other one, that's a nigga. That's what nigga do. That's a nigga shit. You know what I mean? Because there's some Casanovas that dress like gangsters. These girls they just can't control themselves. They can't control themselves. They see this motherfucker and they just want to fucking suck his dick. They can't fucking help themselves. You know what I mean, bro? Shit fucking happens. And that's the last nigga you want for any woman to suck that nigga dick, because you know what's gonna happen at the end of that. This girl's gonna end up in the motherfucking hospital and shit. You know what I mean? Because that motherfucker's just a goddamn nigga. He ain't a real nigga. He ain't a real nigga. He's a nigga. Period. You know what I mean? But on the other hand, when you're looking at the black guy, that be just, you know, he just be having fun. You know what I mean? He might not even. I've seen Casanovas walking around town. I had Casanova friends, right? I had Casanova friends, and they didn't even sleep with the girl. You know what I mean? They was just chilling. You know what I mean? Like, nothing happened. Like, he went home by himself. You know, he was surrounded by 3-4 girls. They all love him. They all call him by his first name. You know, they all have his phone number in his goddamn cell phone. You know, they almost fight over him and shit. You know what I mean? But this nigga walk home, he go home by himself and shit. You ever seen that shit? I've seen that shit plenty of times. I've seen that shit. I had friends like that. I knew people like that. They weren't my friends. But I used to hang around niggas like that. I'd see niggas like that, you know, come around, you know, blah, 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 come around the block, you know, have a laugh, drink, smoke a joint, you know, go home and shit. And that shit, you know, you go to the bar and niggas, you know, all the girls are on him and shit like that. And this nigga doesn't give a shit, man. Like, shit, he'll give you women. You know what I mean? This motherfucker be like, man, you alone? Shit, let me introduce you to Tiffany here. Tiffany, come here. You know what I mean? Bada bing, bada boom. And that's your new wife. You got 3 kids by this girl. That's thanks to Casanova. But not nigga Casanova. Black man Casanova. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of motherfuckers out here. You know, they got kids and families and shit. It was thanks to fucking Casanova. Black man Casanova. A lot of motherfuckers. There's a lot of motherfuckers out here. They got 3 kids with this girl. Bought a house. They got 2 cars in the garage. And it's thanks to Black man Casanova. You know what I mean? But nowadays, Casanova is not like anymore, especially if he black, because there's some niggas out here that be doing so much fucking disgusting ass shit that girls don't even trust. They don't trust Casanovas. You know what I mean? They don't trust Casanovas. They don't even want to talk to a Casanova. Girls out here right now don't want to know shit about no Casanovas because of the nigga Casanovas. Because a nigga Casanova's traumatizing, man. Like, this nigga at the beginning of the night, he buys you a drink. He has this pretty smile. He has this genuine smile, this baby boy looking smile and shit. He's letting off sexual pheromones. You know, you think everything's good. You know what I mean? You think everything is good. You think everything is straight. No, this nigga's a straight goddamn psycho. He's a straight psycho. So what's gonna happen next? You know what I mean? That shit happened the other day, man. That shit happened to me the other day, man. I was talking to this girl, right? Man. I'm not the best Casanova out there, man. But I look good, and I try to not act like a spaz. That's the best I can do, and it works. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It works. I try to not act like a spaz, and I rely on my looks more than anything else. You know what I mean? So anyway, long story short, I'm talking to this girl, man, but I didn't have any interest into going deeper with her. So she's talking, so she goes out the motherfucking club, try to find another nigga that, you know, whatever, because she be looking for love and shit. She meets this guy. Same thing. Guy buys her drinks. All kinds of shit. Treats her nicely. Man, she told me at the end of the night, Motherfuckers spat on her, man. They called her names and they spit on her and they called her names and shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, bro, what the fuck? And she a nice looking girl. She's fucking sexy too. Like, she's fine as fuck, man. Like, you know what I mean? I just, because I'm kind of like Casanova. You know what I mean? I just went home alone. I didn't know. You know what I mean? Just goddamn shit happened. I mean, she's a sweet girl. I don't really talk to her. I don't really know that much. But anyway, like, I thought that shit was fucked up. I think that shit was fucking disgusting. You know what I mean? I'm sitting here and I'm like, yo, call your goon friends, man. Fuck that nigga up and shit, man. It's just saying, like, you know what I mean? But niggas out here ain't about that life. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Everybody telling her they gotta go to work. She told me, like, I told her that shit. She said, all my friends said they gotta go to work and shit. I'm like, god damn, that's what fucked up shit. You know what I mean? Niggas ain't shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Niggas ain't shit. Now, if she was going with a white guy, the white guy would have fucked that nigga up. The white guy would have fucked that nigga up. He would have tied that nigga to a car and drove around town with his ass tied to his goddamn pickup truck. She should have went with a white guy. That's what happened. Niggas ain't shit. Niggas ain't shit. So you gotta be careful out there. And a lot of girls give up on black people, man. There's a lot of black dudes out here right now being activists, trying to be activists for the black community. Nigga, black community ain't shit. Nigga, give up. Give up, bro. Like, if you know how to treat a girl, fight for yourself. Simp. Nigga, simp. Now, I'm not encouraging simping. Trust me, I'm not encouraging simping, but we are at a real time. We are at a dead loss right now. We are at a loss, nigga. This is the end of the motherfucking world. Mind you, the people believe that this is the end of the world. So it's the same thing relationship-wise, nigga. If everything's going to shit, relationship-wise, everything is going to shit too. You know what I mean? So if you trying to fight and, trying to make girls believe that not all men are bad and shit, nigga, talk about yourself. You know what I mean? Talk about yourself. Make yourself look good, bro. Don't make all these niggas, these lame ass, disgusting, not worthy of shit ass niggas look good. Nigga, make yourself look good. Period. That's all girls want to see. Girls don't want to see niggas talking about other niggas being, niggas is fine. We good niggas. Nah, nigga, if you look good, listen, if you look good, you know what I mean? You got a YouTube video, you look good and shit, you know what I mean? You always got your shirt off and you got some you kind of swole and shit. Nigga, talk about yourself. Ain't nobody give a shit about these niggas out here, man. You know, ain't no fucking body cares. No one cares. The niggas is trash. So, they don't know how to respect women, man. They don't know how to respect women. They don't know how to respect themselves. They don't know how to respect shit. They don't respect shit. They don't respect shit. That's what a nigga is. A nigga is a person that doesn't respect shit. I mean, you could be the second coming of your Lord and Savior, and they still wouldn't respect you. They would still disrespect you, nigga. That's a nigga. I mean, look here. Niggas think, listen, I've heard many times a bunch of motherfuckers complaining about saying like, oh, the reason why niggas act like that is because they ugly shit and they know it and girls don't like them. Bullshit. Like I told you in my last video, there's some house parties. People don't do house parties no more. You want to know why? Because of niggas. But the thing is, look at the ratio here. Look at the dynamics. Look at the dynamics, right? You going at a house party, the house is big enough to hold 100 people in it, right? You got people in the basement dancing, and there's people in the backyard dancing, right? That's 100 people. 100. There's one girl that's gonna bring 5 of her friends. Let me tell you something. In those house parties, the ratio of women is 2 to 1. 2 to 1. Okay, maybe the first night you didn't catch nothing. Fine, I'll give you that. But if you keep going at house parties, nigga, a 2 to 1 ratio, there is no motherfucking way that you don't find somebody to live your life with for the rest of your goddamn life. Fuck you. And she's gonna be a lot better looking than a girl that you're gonna get at a club. I don't know why. I'm not trying to diss girls that go at the club because I picked up a bunch of nice, very nice looking women at the bar. So I'm not dissing nobody that go at the bar. That's not what I'm saying. But for some fucking reason, girls in house parties are a lot better looking than girls that go at the fucking bar, because a lot of girls that go at the fucking bar, look, for all you perverts out there, there's a lot of young girls out house parties. They can't go at the bar. So you get to meet them in house parties. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So now these dumbass niggas fuck the whole goddamn up for everybody. And niggas can't go to motherfucking house parties no more. So, you know, if you're a guy that likes younger meat, you can't get that shit no more, man. There's no supply. The supply has run out. The supply of young meat has run out, bro. It has run out, nigga, because of niggas. Talking about you, because they're awkward. Man, shut up. You got all the time in the world to fucking, you know, practice and shit. By the way, and most of these young children that are being taught how to be a nigga, you know what I mean? That was their best chance of finding somebody to be with for the rest of their lives. Because that's what happened. There's a lot, just like there's a lot of motherfuckers out here that got presented their wives, their love of their life by Casanova. Some of these motherfuckers out here met their wives while they were chilling in a goddamn house party. My best friend, my best woman friend, right? That's how I met her, at a house party. And ever since then, we've been friends forever. And we'll always be friends until I die. Until one of us dies. I have a wonderful relationship with her. Wonderful. I don't talk to her all the time, but we love each other like crazy glue. You know what I mean? Like crazy glue. I met her at a house party. So tell me, what's the purpose of a nigga? What is the purpose of a fucking nigga? Nothing. Zero. It's useless. It's anyways, I'm out of here, man. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace out.